Hello, my name is Daniel. This is the first video I've ever done for, well, anything really. I'm not really one for getting out front, but this is my job to do, so here I am. Guess I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm just a normal guy. I work with my hands. I observe the world with all of my senses. I weigh the information I get against my logic and my intuition. I recognize the patterns I see from the evidence I've gathered. And I formulate my opinions, my ideas based off that. It's just simple common sense. A number of years ago, I had an idea. It came to me out of nowhere. It's just like, it's the simplest. It still blows my mind that nobody else has thought about this. I mean, it's so natural. I don't know what better word to put it. But it's controversial. It's provocative. It's going to piss some people off. It's going to shake their belief structures. But I've got a pebble in my hand. And it's time to throw it in the pond and watch the ripples. It's time for things to change. The mind state of fear, lack. I mean, it's time for that to be gone. We need a mind state of love, of acceptance, of seeing past the superficial. So that leads me here to this little video, which is basically just a thought idea. I can't do much with it by myself. So I'm gonna throw it out there to the collective here. And you all can chew on it, talk it out, weigh it against your feelings, your intuitions, research it. It's not my information, it's our information. It's irresponsible for me not to share it. So, the subject, as I'm sure you've gathered by the title of the video, is homosexuality. And I'm not going to bore you with a list of names and dates of researchers and blah, blah, blah. I'll just rough it over, and I'll give you a link to the information if you want to look it up for yourself, because researching is fun. All right, I did take a couple of notes. Let's see. So, society, or science, or the powers that be, I guess, I've come up with two main theories to support the causality of homosexuality in people. The first one is genetic. They say it's dictated by genetic and or biological factors. It's inherited down through your family lines. Or the gay gene, I guess, call it whatever. The second one is developed as a result of psychological and environmental influences. Better, but it's not right. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all this, but I will just brush over this. No evidence, could not be replicated, admitted that it was fake, results could not be replicated, could not identify control group. I mean, it's one after another. There is basically no evidence that substantiates either one of these claims. I mean, if it's a gay gene, it would have bred out of this. out of mankind by now. I mean, the thing is, forget these notes. Here's the thing. Even if some of those theories relate to one or two or a group, it's not a uniform thing. There's always exceptions. Now, how can that be if this is the cause? So, I will provide a new theory about that. Soul progression. That's a good boy. Souls progress through lifetimes. They learn, they grow, they experience, and they take it with them. Well, for example, we'll use this example. If I like pizza, right? I like it, I enjoy eating it, right? So I develop a pattern or a preference for whatever particular type of pizza that I like to eat. It's just an example. But a preference is built up over time based on what you like, what you don't like, right? Makes sense? Okay. So if you live, I don't know, let's say 30 lifetimes as a woman, right? What's your sexual preference? What's the preference that you built up over those lifetimes? You have 30 lifetimes of being a woman. I guess your sexual preference would be to men. Makes sense, right? So what happens when it's time for you to learn the other side of the coin? And you have to incarnate as a man. Well, it seems to me the sexual preference is still the same, because that's what you've built your taste around for the last 30 lifetimes. But now you're in a new body that's wired with different chemistry. So now you're in conflict between what you like, what you're used to, and what your body's saying. It's an adaptation, I guess you could say, or a transition period of getting comfortable, growing used to a new energy, the masculine energy. Because in order to have a full, balanced life, or soul, I guess you could say, you have to have equal acceptance and understanding of both sides of those energies. If you have a balanced, harmonious acceptance of your masculine and your feminine energies, you don't require anybody else to make you, to complete you. It's like when you have an unbalance like that, we would say you only have developed your masculine energy. Okay. In order to feel balanced, you require the feminine energy around you to balance out your field. And therefore, you would be drawn to a codependency or a jumping from one relationship to another just to get that balance from the energy field. Once you balance both sides, like you say, you do things by yourself. Don't feel anything lacking like that. So, if people understood that homosexuality is simply a transitional period in a natural soul's progression, a natural soul's journey through their lifetimes and through their experiences, it would remove the stigma that society puts on it. It would remove any feelings of guilt, like there's some, or feelings of inadequacy, feelings of, well, there's something wrong with me. I'm broken. I've got bad genes. This is ridiculous. These concepts were designed to create that fear, to create those insecurities, to create friction, to split families, to keep you trapped in a mind state of being a subclass, which you're not. I mean, that's the real crime. I mean, that you make people feel less than because of something like that. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video. It's a simple theory, but it will challenge a lot of people's beliefs about reincarnation, about things that they took as a solid structure, a solid foundation. But this is for the people out there who are feeling that guilt, or feeling that lack or insecurity or confusion. You shouldn't. There's nothing wrong. You're simply on a journey, and you'll get there. Take your time. Enjoy the ride, man. It's life. It's fucking amazing. Live it. Don't be ashamed. Society will catch up. And hopefully this helps. Nothing else. Like I said, we'll throw the pebble in the pond and we're going to watch those ripples and see what happens. It's going to be fun. Well, I guess that's about it. It's in y'all's hands now. Talk it out. I've relayed the message. I mean, leave any comments, got any questions, want to talk about anything, I'm here. Got to figure out how to work YouTube, obviously, because this is the first time I've ever done anything on YouTube, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I love all you guys. You're great. Thanks for just taking a minute and hearing some dude's random idea. Never can tell. Might change the world.